And we're live. Hoa. Ho yeah.
Hiddle.
Okay. I'm going to send the link to our friends.
Trip me up tonight. Now I'm realizing that I could have done so much more with this, and it's upsetting.
It's all right.
It's fine. I guess I'm just a loser boy.
Someone's got to be.
Yeah, I guess.
For whom the Baja Blast. I just saw that.
But that shit made... I was laughing for way too long when I saw that. That was one of those, like... I don't know if I'm tired or what, but fuck it. That's funny. I would like to seize a baby.
I would like to.
God. Oh, what a show. What a guy. Just what a character. Overall, welcome to America. You know? Okay. I don't want to do all of this on the show, but also doing it right now feels kind of futile. Picking up what I'm putting down, Master Brown.
Well, we'll just make do with what we have. It's fine if it doesn't work out perfectly. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the right Dean picture to finish this chart.
Dean-a-ling-a-ling.
Dean, yeah.
It's Feline AIDS Awareness Month, so let's whip it in the keister.
Is it time to start the show?
It's time to start the show. Guess it's time to start the show.
All right.
Wait,
Let's go.
Okay, never mind.
Go. Hello. I need to figure out how to. I'm mad they don't give you any like transition options on here, but we'll see. I'll figure it out. We'll make it
lenses?
Work. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't know. There was something that referenced transition lenses, but the way and like why they referenced it made me laugh really hard. I'm trying to remember what it is, and I can't remember. Just know that transition lenses is funny if someone else makes it funny.
Okay, cool.
They can be. Yeah. They hold the potential for humor.
Good. Well, welcome everyone to the show today.
Hello.
Well, obviously, as usual, we'll get to our movies defined later on.
I'm excited about that.
I'm very excited. And we'll chat a bit at the start here, and then our main topic is very very random this week. You know what? Let's just preview it now. We saw this alignment chart on Twitter.
Can you start with the title though?
Oh, everyone can read the title of the episode. It's fuck it.
Say it out loud because it.
Well, I can't even remember exactly what it is anymore. It's fuck it. Let's align stuff. Fuck it. Alignment charts.
Alignment charts. It was like you sent that as the text for like, oh, should we name this the episode? And it was such a not even a question in my mind of just like, no, immediately yes.
Like, so if you're in the chat, check out that link. That's what inspired this. But yeah, so we just there's this random alignment chart I saw on Twitter, and then I started talking to my brother about it, and then I texted Bo, and I was like, can we just do like random alignment charts, because like there's no news other than the Snyder Cut, and I don't want to talk about that right now. Other than real world news, but we definitely don't want to talk about that. No. So.
And real world news isn't even real world news. It's just like, hey, remember yesterday? It's worse. That's pretty much it. That's the news every day.
Yeah. All right. So what's your week been like since the last time we streamed?
There's a large Buster Sword sized hole that Final Fantasy VII has created now that I've beaten it. I've been playing a lot. Like we played a lot of Warzone this week. I played a lot of Smash this week. Holy shit! Like I'm just finding myself kind of drifting back toward the things. I'm playing a lot of like solo Overwatch, which I've been very vocal about. Like that's not how you play the game. Also happy birthday Overwatch.
Oh yeah. Happy birthday, Overwatch.
Yeah, I realized that like an hour before we recorded, and I was like, oh fuck, we totally could have done a whole thing, but we kind of we might teasing.
We talk about Overwatch every week.
Yeah.
They've had enough of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of not single player games, just fucking around. In terms of watching stuff, haven't really watched anything. Like I've just been watching Community on Netflix.
Hell yeah.
I haven't even restarted my Avatar rewatch. I don't know. Very low key this week. How about you?
Yeah, I was gonna start my Avatar rewatch this week, and then like I was trying to finish Star Wars Rebels first, which I did, but not in time. Like I wanted to finish it before Avatar came out on Netflix, and I didn't.
Quick review.
Well, I thought Rebels is great. It took me a while to finish it. Like I started it like multiple years ago, and then I like finished season 1 in the fall, and then like since the fall have been watching it here and there. But in the last like month, I watched like half of season 3 and season 4. I like it at its best. It's as good as Clone Wars, which is as good as any Star Wars is. But I think I might have mentioned this on a previous episode. I just think it's got some of the more like useless filler between the two shows, because Clone Wars has that anthology feel. So even if you don't like an arc, even if you don't like an arc, it's like it doesn't feel like you're just, you know, it's at least important to that character, even if you don't give a shit about the character, you know. I mean, whereas in Rebels,
you can get something from it as the audience, whereas
like Rebels filler will literally just be like, these two characters are going to have, you know, this one mission that something goes awry, and it's like it's way more formulaic. But I mean, yeah, at its best, it's truly fantastic, and it ends really, really well, and it's made me excited more so for season 2 of Mandalorian, because even if it's only Ahsoka or one of two of the other characters, if anyone from Rebels shows up in Mandalorian, they'll have a lot to discuss between the years of the end of Rebels and the beginning of Mandalorian, because like the series pretty much ends on a cliffhanger. Like it's not a cliffhanger in the sense that like it feels unfinished, but like, you know, characters go off to do more adventures that like aren't just like, well, now they go do their thing. It's like, no, I want to see that, you know.
Okay. I mean, I feel like a lot of the hype on, at least just within the group chat and on Twitter, like Ahsoka specifically. Yeah, like I like Ahsoka. Like for context, I've only seen like a handful of episodes of Clone Wars. Like even still, like I feel like I've seen a lot of Clone Wars, but I also fall asleep through a lot of Clone Wars. So like, like I like Ahsoka, but I'm not like hype. Like when people,
well, she took a while.
Oh yeah, so like I guess I'm not to the point where the slow burn is kicked in yet. But I'm excited about it. Like I'm excited to get to that point, because like I know that everyone loves her as a character, so I'm like I'm trying to get there. Like right now, she's still just Padawan.
It's her and just Filoni's writing in general. Like it's putting me back in such a Star Wars mood. Like Rise of Skywalker was like, I watched all the Star Wars movies leading up to it, and then Rise of Skywalker came out, and then I was kind of done with Star Wars for a little bit. Like even with Mandalorian ending, I was like, okay, great. Mandalorian ended really well. Now I want to watch that show again, but I didn't really, but catching up on Rebels and finishing Clone Wars with the last season, like I'm just like in it right now. So like instead of starting Avatar, which I totally should have, I started watching Star Wars Resistance, which is like Filoni technically created it, but he didn't like stay on it. He's just like an EP.
Is that one of the Disney shows?
Yeah, it's different animation style, but it's similar to Clone Wars and Clone Wars and Rebels each and Resistance all have different animation styles, but they still feel very similar. Resistance is even more kid friendly than the other two. I've
never seen this before.
Yeah, it ran for 2 seasons, did well as far as like critical reception, and like it won a couple like daytime Emmys and stuff. Just it ended after 2 seasons. It's set right before Force Awakens. Poe is in it, and Oscar Isaac voices him. Jim Rash plays a character.
Yeah, you told us about that.
Donald Faison was in the episode I just watched. There's a couple other people who pop up in it, but you know, I mean, it's got the same production value as any of the other Star Wars cartoons. I enjoy it, but yeah, I should have started Avatar, and I just like it's like I know I want to be invested in Avatar, because like I haven't rewatched seasons 2 or 3 since they aired 15 years ago. So like they're very they're like they're not fresh in my memory at all. I've rewatched season 1 since, but I want to be invested in that.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact year, but I just got hit with the memory of like playing basketball in my like friend's backyard. And then I was like, yo, it's time. And we all ran upstairs to watch the episode of Avatar, like the Firebending Masters.
Yeah.
But then during that, seeing a commercial for The Dark Knight where his fucking bike does the like tumble thing, and just childhood Bobo being like, this is pinnacle. This is it.
So shit. That was like 2008 then. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like very much in elementary school. That was, we were young.
Yeah, I remember going to the theaters to see The Dark Knight in 5th grade, and like my dad was like, I don't know. I've heard this movie's kind of fucked up. And like he just dropped me off at the theater, but yeah. Just
that jump scare changes your life. The fucking body coming down from the mayor's office.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That still gets me. I know it's coming every time.
Yeah. No, literally the second they cut to that scene, because that set is so memorable with like the big wide windows, I always just like grab the edge, like grab the armrest or whatever, or grab the seat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, you're right.
I mean, that dude was on Lost, and I still only know him as the man with the crazy fucking eye facial hair. Like,
he was on like one episode of Scrubs, and that's how I remember him too. Yeah. He's good in the Batman movies. He's just that kind of like,
I'm just like, you got very prominent features, sir.
Yeah, I mean, like, to do the 2 emotions you need for a Nolan movie, which is just seriousness and anger, like, he's got the eyebrows for it, so...
Yeah, he's got the kind of eyes that make you go, like, yeah, I should be a little more upset by this. Just a little bit, not like...
Yeah.
So I guess moving... not a clean sequels, how about that? Fuck it, segue. Sequel...
Dark Knight is a great sequel.
Yeah, great sequel. Yeah, you pointed out that on Twitter... but great game sequels was trending. So like,
I saw Uncharted 2 was trending, and then it was because best game sequels were trending.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just wanted to talk about that briefly. Yeah. What?
So I saw Mass Effect 2 trending. I thought it was just the.
There you go. That's another one. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of when you mentioned this, I was like, oh, this could be a whole topic. So I was like, okay, we got to save it to just 2 each. But also, I don't give a shit. Like, let's just
hop into it. See how let's go for like 5 minutes on this topic, and then we'll go into our main thing. Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was, and I don't even know if I can even claim this, but like God of War is fucking incredible. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's both a reboot and a sequel, kind of, but like. I didn't play the initial games because I was just not interested. So like half of me wants to give it points for like getting me interested, but also I don't know if I should qualify that or not.
See, especially with video games, this is true of movies too. I mean, it's definitely true of movies too, but I feel like video game franchises, like they go very long. There's so many entries. They spin off. They've like some games are radically different from others. So when people ask like what are the best movie sequels or video game sequels, I try to limit myself to just the second entries, because like I don't know, like Endgame's probably my favorite movie sequel technically, but I don't like think of it that way because it's the 22nd movie in that series, and like with video games, like I could say Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite video game sequel because, like, technically, like it.
Okay, so I was gonna say
it's not the first game in the Mario series. So,
like with the Final Fantasy games, they're all numbered, but they're all completely separate. But as I'm doing more Final Fantasy VII research, like at this point, I've completely spoiled the original game. I'm probably not going to play it. Like I'm deep in the weeds with theories and shit like that. Apparently, there are connections between 7 and 10. And like they make references to each other and maybe characters, and I don't fucking know. But like for the most part, those games are largely separate until you get into the like Final Fantasy fucking 13-2. Like, so like how in the Final Fantasy case, if it's a completely different number, I would say no. If it's like in the case of Mario Sunshine, like spiritual successors, I still wouldn't count that. Like the last.
I mean, it's sort of a sequel to Super Mario 64. But
then you could say that Odyssey is so you could stretch it to say the Galaxy is technically a sequel to 64 because
that's sort of my point, is that I feel like this question I'm overcomplicating the question. We can honestly move on from that. I just
like focus it down to like the numbered sequels.
Yeah,
like,
number sequels. Yeah,
is kind of different because I was gonna say like, well, fucking Pokemon. Technically, every successive version comes out, and
I watched this this retrospective video on Gold and Silver yesterday, and I would say like more like probably it'd be harder to make that argument for other Pokemon games, but Gold and Silver I would say are not only very direct sequels to Red and Blue, but they're also two of the best video game sequels ever. I think
that's where my mind went initially, and then I was like, I don't know if you should count that, but I guess you're right with Gold and Silver since they literally take you back to fucking Kanto afterwards. Like you might as well count it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if we're considering those, then it's hard for me to think of it. Like, legitimately hard for me to think of a sequel that's better. I mean, you could say like Call of Duty 4 to Call of Duty 3, like that jump was kind of huge, but even then, those two games are so completely
very, very different. Yeah.
Different. And I'm pretty sure they were developed by different studios. Like, it's
I'm like it's funny because I think a lot of my favorite games in series is the second entry. Like I would probably go to Uncharted 2 as my favorite in that series, maybe 3. It's like back and forth between the two of them. But then like Assassin's Creed 2 is still my favorite Assassin's Creed. Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite Kingdom Hearts. Probably the second Ratchet and Clank is my favorite one of those. The second Sly Cooper. Like number 2s usually get it pretty right. Like I've noticed with a lot of franchises, the first one will be like cool proof of concept, and then the sequel will like nail it, and then the third and fourth and so on will like just sort of be like it like extra like the second like sequels to the second rather than sequels to the first and second. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like carry on more of what was in 2 and add less. But
something that I in relation to the Dark Knight specifically, like a lot of the reason it gets a lot of praise versus Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises. And like my personal love of Dark Knight Rises Return, like that aside, like those are two great movies. They are on like standalone. They are great movies, but like the Dark Knight works so well because, like you said, like they have the setup, so they don't have to waste the time. Like who the fuck Batman is. Like Gotham, Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
but they also don't have to do the heavy lifting of closing the entire like in the case of Endgame. Like the reason that was in my head such a huge success was not just because they did a good job, but like almost equally because they didn't fuck it up. Like,
very good point.
So many movies where if you don't like the universally worst Marvel movie, like the Dark World, Thor 2. Like that is you seeing that movie is pivotal to your understanding of seeing Endgame.
Like as a defender of that movie, that's one of my favorite things about Endgame is they were like, God damn it, it's canon. Watch it.
And then even when Thor is when Thor's talking about the Dark Elves, if you didn't see Thor 2, or if you didn't see Thor 2, you thought he was just making that shit up as a drunkard. Like, and I think it's easier in like I'm pretty sure you brought this up. Like it's easier in movies because like. For one thing, they kind of come out faster, and two, like games kind of span so much time and different technologies and generations where like you can like with The Last of Us 2, like I'm just seeing the way that they are approaching the grass in Last of Us 1. I remember seeing that on the PS3 being like, this is fucking incredible. Like Joel walks out of the water and his pants are fucking wet. Amazing. But like that was kind of pushing the boundaries of the PS3, whereas with like The Last of Us 2, from what we've seen, like they're adding the prone feature, not because they didn't think, oh, we should let our people crawl, but because we actually have the fucking graphics to be able to like get in, not just be on top of, not have a weird, like be in the grass and move around in that regard. So I feel like it's really hard to talk about. I feel like we've talked more about the idea of a game sequel more than we have the actual game sequels.
Yeah, that's true. And we should move to our main topic. So just real quick, throw out a couple. Also,
Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Overcooked 2 was a very good suggestion, although I haven't played Overcooked 1, so I can't really say. But the second one is very good, so I will give it that. Yeah.
All right. Brings out some of the best and worst feelings.
Yeah, definitely. It's not, I've never worked in like that serious a kitchen environment, but I did briefly, and like there are moments where it's like you're just flipping around and like meat is hitting the floor and there's mayonnaise on your hands and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. Okay. All right. Main topic. Yeah. Let's hop into it. I didn't make a little banner for this one because I didn't know what to say. Like, align with us. Hey, that's actually pretty good. I'll do that.
Loosely aligned.
Loosely aligned. That's good. I like that.
If we ever need an ASMR meditation spinoff.
Loosely aligned. So
Wait a second. Could you imagine if I release an ASMR like Overwatch guide or some bullshit, but it's not on the characters, it's just on like shaming people online or something. Like
just an ASMR version of cursing people out on online video games.
And then you tell them that they are worth less than you are.
Okay, real quick tangent. I keep getting these YouTube ads for like lullabies read by the dude who played Bronn on Game of Thrones. It the dude's name is Jerome something. So I just like it just keeps being like I'll start a video, look away, and then I'll hear, "Hello, this is Jerome." And I'm like, "What is this?" And it keeps freaking me out.
Oh my God.
And like, I love the dude, but he's like in real life, he's like a singer and shit. But like in the show, he's the last guy I would expect to fucking do ASMR for you. So,
side note within the side note, I realized recently that something that I used to watch this YouTube channel when I was in high school to fall asleep because insomnia, and I mainly watched it because they were talking about like weird ethereal shit, and they all had cool like very soothing British voices, so I would fall asleep easily. Turns out those motherfuckers were part of the cult that was in Wild Wild Country. So like, I was like 3 videos away from getting indoctrinated into something, and I realized that I was like, "Oh, I need to fall asleep." Yeah, like what's
dangerous?
This? Yeah, okay, alignment charts.
Yeah.
I was like, we can just keep rabbit holing into this, but
well, what do you want to lead off with? It is Overwatch's birthday. We could go into that.
Yeah, you got a heart out, so let's start with that so that we don't.
Yeah, let's take care of that one.
Yeah. Okay. So I have visual aids, but I'm visual aids. I have I have the alignment chart up, but I'm trying to figure out like the best way to do this. It might be a little bit finicky, but we'll power it.
Okay. Yeah, we can do a share screen here. Now, I didn't really think about how this would affect our overlay, so let's just see what it looks like. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put that away. There you go. All right, cool.
So we're gonna start by kind of defining the Overwatch characters like alignment, like their placement on this chart. For those unaware, this is kind of how like D&D characters kind of decide their actions, like what their alignment is wise. So you kind of brought up the issue, or not the issue, but the idea of doing this by how they're played and not so much lore. I'm fascinated by this, but I also feel no. Let's fucking go with it, because I feel like the conversation would be a lot better if we do that than like.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? It's because like for like a lot of that stuff, like when it comes to like doing like lore based things for like these kind of characters, is I don't really like. I know some of it, but I don't really know it. But also like, if one of it, like there are just straight up villains in the Overwatch cast, so it's just like easy to throw them at the bottom, when you could put them at the top.
Yeah, no, it's they are very much like a Pixar-esque. Like they're Pixar meets Marvel in terms of like the characterization. So I get that.
And I also think it's more fun to think about like, when you see someone pick when you queue into a game.
That's the thing. Is it how they're actually played? Is it the developer's intentions, or is it our like prejudices against these characters? Because I'm very much about the latter.
Well, here's what I'm throwing out. Here's my example, and hopefully this can lead us into it. I would say if I queue into a game and one of the healers insta-locks Mercy, I immediately think lawful good. That is a person who is not playing for themselves. They are playing for the team.
I guess we're just gonna start this in. Okay, so you said Mercy?
Yeah, because like the way I see it, that is a selfless act, is to play the character that is just going to hold R2 behind everyone doing all the real work and like just hold it fucking down for the team, like it's. Whereas this one we could probably debate, like Junkrat, right? I fucking hate the guy. I would say he's chaotic regardless of where you place him on the good, neutral, or evil spectrum.
Well, this is where I feel like we need the distinction of Is this person on our team? Is this person, because if early, because I was playing earlier today, and there were several times where I'm just like, motherfucker, if you don't switch to Junkrat, I will hack your game. I'll hack your game and blow up your PS4 remotely. I don't know how to do that, but I'll learn it in the middle of this fucking attack sequence. I will learn it and then do it if you don't switch to Junkrat.
I think it'll be like a balance. I think it'd be like a balance between the two. Like if I just throw the picture of the character in front of you, like what is your initial thought? Like, because I see your point in that a Junkrat is a valuable team member, but when I look at that motherfucker, I want him to die.
Okay.
So to me, he is evil no matter what, no matter where else you place him.
Yes, but then it comes down to, and this is,
good God, how many Photoshop tabs do you have open?
One for literally every character in fucking open. Like, this is killing my computer is hot. Like it's like if I crash in the middle of it, it's not my Wi-Fi, it's my goddamn computer's motherboard melting. Who the fuck were we talking about? Junkrat.
Junkrat,
okay. Junkrat. So he's like, okay.
Put him on the right. We know he's on the right.
He's definitely chaotic. Like that's the thing. You know for a fact he's chaotic. It's just a matter of like, okay. So and this is where I want to bring the fucking lore into it because I feel like this is fascinating. Like,
okay, go.
Okay, so his whole thing
plays into your view on the character, then it's valid.
They're just like they're robbers. They're thieves. Like I don't know that Junkrat would murder a child. So I feel like chaotic neutral. Like if he's just against like anarchy and personal ownership, that's like a political thing. Like I don't think like
his politics is placing him in the neutral. I'll concede to neutral because of the fact that if he's on my team, I'm happy, but if he's on the other team, I'm angry. So they kind of balance it out.
Yeah, it's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but he, I don't. Never mind. Okay, so on this, I have Anna right here.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought that I was going to be able to get all of them on the same file with multiple players before this podcast because I grossly overestimate the amount of free time I have. Okay, so with Anna, like, so in terms of the people that we're playing with, like if someone on our team goes Anna, I'm just like, you're very confident in your skills.
Like,
like yes, technically Anna has some of the highest healing output in the game.
Yeah.
But practically, you should probably go Moira, let's be real. So my thing with Anna is like she's definitely up here.
Okay.
Honestly, neutral good. I was gonna just like move her up just to get her in the good region, but I'm kind of with neutral good. Like because if it was like you said with Mercy, like that is it. Playing Mercy is a sacrifice. Like I've put 30 hours at least into Mercy, like at the very least, and that's just off the top of my head. Last time I checked my stats, like at the very least, I've put in 30 hours into Mercy over the course of the last 4 years of Overwatch. She's not the most fun character to play, but like I go Mercy because I want to win, not because I want to have fun right now.
That's valid.
Defines so much of my personality. Fuck me, my gaming habits. So neutral good for Anna. I'm fine keeping Mercy lawful good. Okay, so next I have Ash right here.
Okay, I would say like lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral? Why lawful?
I don't know. I guess for some reason I immediately thought lawful. I don't know. I guess I like picture her as a sheriff, but she's probably more of like a So now that I think about it, that doesn't really make any sense. But she's not quite chaotic. I would say true neutral is kind of valid there.
I feel like having her on the battlefield, regardless of whether she's on your team or not, adds some level of chaos. Just like Bob's presence at any moment, like the fact that like after a good 3 minutes of any game, a random seventh person can just be on a team. Like that's that's big.
Yeah.
But then the pure utility of having a hit scan with crowd control, like that's I don't know. Like
chaotic good then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Place it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we can't think about this for too long.
Yeah, we can't meander for too long.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got to keep keep eye on the clock. I'm just gonna go down the list at this point. Zarya. I mean, I am partial to this. Like, I think she's.
I don't know how I feel.
I don't.
Because she's like not particularly annoying, but she's also not like.
like
the most helpful character. So it's like
that's the thing. If a like Zarya is very situational, but in the situations that she's useful, she is the most fucking useful.
Like, lawful neutral then?
Lawful neutral?
Yeah, because I'm thinking lawful because it's a situation where like when she's like when she needs to be used, like it's like I don't know how to describe it.
I was gonna say neutral good maybe because like maybe no, not good. Lawful neutral. You're right. You're right. Because if you have a fucking DPS Zarya on your team that's like not doing anything other than like, okay. Zenyatta.
Zenyatta.
How do we feel about Zenyatta?
Now I want to in my heart just say like, you know, he's no, yeah, okay. I'm gonna say neutral good because like there is the annoyance of like he's not the most helpful healer, but at the same time, like I feel like you don't play Zen selfishly.
So I disagree with that because and this is in my solo play. Like a lot of the Zens that like no, okay. I was gonna put it on a personal level.
Subtweet.
Like Zen is not good at healing. Like the utility that you get out of Zen as a team is his Discord and then his ultimate, but his ultimate charge is really slow, so you can't really rely on that. And his Discord relies on coordination. So unless you're playing with a coordinated team, going Zen is fun for you.
Okay, I would say
playstyle is fun, but like it's also
it feels
if I'm a tank and I see that we have a Lucio and a Zen, I'm not looking at my Lucio to swap. I'm looking at my Zen. Yeah. So like if you're a good Zen, you know.
Okay, awesome. My suggestion then is, and this will lead into the next one. I would say neutral, true neutral, because it's like it's also. I mean, we're talking mostly about how they feel to play in game or play with, but it's Zenyatta. Like the dude's above it all. Like let's be honest here. And then that leads me into you mentioned Lucio. I don't know if it's difficult for you to jump around, but I would just throw out Lucio as a chaotic good because he's definitely chaotic, but he's also like fun and helpful. And if he gets those boops, you know, even when you get booped by Lucio, it's annoying, but it's not like getting fucking blown up or trapped by a Junkrat. It's almost like you're impressed by the boop. You know what I mean? That's at least how I feel.
That's no, because with me at least, I don't see it as, oh, that was a good boop on your part. I saw it as, oh, that was bad positioning on my part. So I take it on my, like that's my fault. Like you caught me slipping, but I should not have been slipping. Like it's one of those.
Yeah. But it's not like annoyed with the other player. That's my point. Yeah, I would say chaotic good. I feel very, very firm in that choice.
The amount of times that we're just like, oh, this game is over, and then Lucio just gets to the bell and just starts spinning. He's like, someone kill him! Someone hit him! Someone!
To that point, I would throw chaotic evil, as ironic as it is. I would throw Hammond in that category.
Oh no, yeah. Oh no, I mean, okay. As a, I'm not a Hammond main.
Or chaotic neutral, maybe.
I was gonna say chaotic neutral because he is chaos. Like that's
absolutely. He's definitely on the right side. Yeah.
Yeah. When you play Wrecking Ball correctly, like he should annoy the enemy team, but like there are way too many times where like even me as Hammond will fucking annoy my team because I'm like, I can get the enemy's in and then I can't. So it's on me. OCD.
All right, who do you got next?
Let's see if I can Hammond, you can say no, we're going to Winston.
I would put him in neutral good. Because I love Winston. To me, he's good. Like as a character, I enjoy him. Plus, he's like the guy who introduces you into the game. You know what I mean?
Like every time you start the game, Winston.
Yeah. So it just puts you in that good feeling every time you start the game.
Could you imagine if Tracer opened the game every time and just, hey there, like just the high pitch, like. You said neutral good,
neutral good, yeah, neutral good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
a little too chaotic to be lawful.
Yeah, I definitely see
that in game.
Okay, all right, okay. So this is gonna be one of the
lawful.
This is one of the big ones.
Yeah.
So, Widowmaker, like, as a character, has so much fucking value. but just the way that motherfuckers on PS4 gold to silver damage play her, like
evil.
So down here,
Yeah.
I'm okay with neutral. Oh no, you said lawful. Lawful, yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, I say lawful because it's like the nature of a sniper. It's very like calculated and like purposeful. Even when they're terrible, it's still
it's like not so much because like the role of the sniper is bad. It's just that the sniper itself is bad.
Yeah, and like everyone knows how to use Widowmaker. It's just whether or not you're good at her. You know, like you don't have people accidentally jumping in the center of a fight and trying to like, you know.
Yeah, like if you're a Widowmaker, yeah, you're right.
You either are super helpful sniper or you're just a non-factor. Right?
You're either a game changer or you're just an open person, just an open slot. Okay, Tracer.
I would say chaotic, definitely, just in her nature. And yeah, I would lean towards neutral for the same reason as Junkrat and Wrecking Ball, where it's like very helpful when you have it on your team, but very annoying when you're playing against it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, is she helpful? Yeah, okay, never mind. She can be. I'm playing with Ass Tracers. Okay, Torbjorn. And this, I feel, changes as the meta changes and as his kit evolves. Because Torbjorn now is in a very different place than where he was. Because I would have put him at Chaotic Evil, no questions asked. Like,
really?
Are you kidding me? Like, yeah. I mean, at Overwatch's launch, like at least he had the armor packs that he could like he provided value to the team outside of his shitty turret. But like now, like the fact that you can throw a turret, it's level 2, you can just walk the fuck away from it. Like
that's true.
Like he's got his if someone is on him, he can go molten and then be good. His ultimate's awesome. Like his ultimate's great in this game. Or in this patch rather. So like, where is he?
I would say lawful neutral, frankly.
Lawful neutral?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, he and Symmetra both really evolved over the course of the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Symmetra next. Yeah. I don't know.
For the record, I did not say that queuing up Symmetra, knowing that she was next, but that just worked out in my favor. So Symmetra, again, I'm partial because I've played as Symmetra since the beginning, so I don't want to say that she's like more useful or more necessary than she is. But I think that like my heart's putting me up here because like like Symmetra, like depending on the map, a Symmetra is objectively useful, like as a character, like is objectively more useful than other characters.
Yeah,
but it's just so goddamn hard to get a team to coordinate around a Symmetra that like
I'll give you that. Like, I'll take chaotic good for her. Yeah, I think it fits.
Like, which she's on the other team. That's great, but okay. Reaper, our favorite emo boy.
I almost, for some reason, I would put him and Soldier in true neutral just because I feel like they're kind of like the default damage.
Like the Ryuken of Overwatch almost.
Yeah, like they're not hard to use. You see them a lot. I'm just kind of indifferent on them at this point, you know, like they can be annoying when you're facing a really good one, but you just see them so often that you see just as many average Reapers as anything else, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I misspelled Farah. I didn't add the H. Who gives a shit? She's not real.
We got it right on there, so that's fine.
Cut. I mean, this is Blizzard. I'm pulling this straight from the horse's mouth, so if they fuck it up, then it's on them. Okay, Farah. Half of me is feeling lawful neutral because like she provides a utility, and like I honestly don't get annoyed with Farah's on my team, but I'm also like if there is a Farah on the other team, like she's annoying. Like if it's a good Farah, she's annoying. But we have several answers. Like we can do things like in pretty much any role play. Like I'm trying to think, like with tank. Like I'd go Roadhog, worst case scenario, but like real talk, I just as a tank putting up my shield. If I'm damaged, I'd switch to a hit scan. If I'm fucking support, switch to a hit scan. Like
okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. Lawful neutral.
Okay, Riss.
I'm biased. I want to say lawful good.
I am unbiased. I'm not gonna say shit. Yeah, no, I agree. I was gonna say I'm unbiased, but like, I do play Orisa, like enough for me to feel some level of bias toward this. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it lawful neutral? Or lawful good?
Yeah, lawful good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of. I like truly don't know how many characters are in this game anymore. Like, are we even halfway there?
I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna have to go a little faster.
Yeah, no, at this point, we're gonna go speed round. Okay.
Sombra,
Rage.
chaotic evil,
Rage.
chaotic
Rage.
evil,
Rage.
chaotic
Rage.
evil,
Rage.
chaotic
Rage.
evil.
Rage.
Yep,
Rage.
that was an easy one for me. I don't even care how many times I've had a helpful Sombra on my team. It's still just like fuck her. big old Sombra right there.
I'm gonna put chaotic neutral because like you can either be the best healer in the game or the most useless goddamn character. No, I'm sorry, not the most useless goddamn character. You can be a useful character, just not at all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put lawful evil actually.
Okay,
lawful evil because like you're either making the other team very upset or you're making us very upset. Either way, you're making someone very upset, and that's your job. So
also to speak to the lawful thing, it's just sort of like you need it, you know, like it is sort of the law of Overwatch meta right now is that you need like a Moira or a Mercy or something. Sigma, I would say lawful evil because lawful he just kind of seems the type, and evil because he needs to put on shoes.
My thing is, we have an exam. Never mind. I was good. Okay, so I can't, in good faith, put him anywhere outside of the middle, like column.
Oh, like, you think he's neutral?
I really do because I'm just like he's got enough sauce in him to where he's not necessarily like pure. Like under no circumstances, I'm like. I don't think we ever need a Sigma, but I'm also often happy that we do have a Sigma. And like not the Sigma. Like
he just makes me uncomfortable, but I'll concede.
he's not well in the head. Just let him
let him live.
Let him float. He doesn't need shoes.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't need shoes. He's fucking floats. There we go. Okay. All right. No, we're good. Okay. Soldier 76, you said true neutral with Reaper.
I feel that.
Yeah, Captain Hitscan, Mr. Call of Duty himself.
Mr. Duty.
Captain Duty. Gotta make you smaller, white man. Reinhardt, my baby boy. If you put him anywhere other than fucking neutral or lawful good, then I'm leaving forever.
Yeah, I mean he kind of holds it down. He is like the main tank. He's Overwatch's main tank, kind of as a whole.
My boy, my lovely baby boy. Okay.
Your geometry's kind of getting fucked up, but it's
who
fine.
Cares? We're speed round. And these characters are about to get a lot smaller than they are right now. God damn it! Stop copying and not cutting. Don't save. No one cares. All right. Roadhog, Chaos. I'm putting him on the Chaos side just because of his.
I would say, even though I like him, I would even say Chaotic Evil.
Chaotic Evil.
Yeah.
Like
he's no Sombra, but
like it's just this isn't the Chaotic Evil corner. This is just the Sombra corner.
Yeah, exactly. How different could these two characters be that we have there?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
we got Mercy. She can fuck off. Okay, May.
May is like neutral evil, I think.
Neutral evil, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because she does a lot with like setup and whatnot, which makes me think she's a little less chaotic. But she's also just annoying.
Yeah, like in terms of talking chaos, like the idea that we got a fucking speed.
Yeah,
through
that's what I'm like trying not to argue too much. Neutral evil, neutral evil.
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna put any more on the chart. I'm just gonna put up the pictures. Diva. Oh wait, no, McCree. Sorry. Okay, McCree. Neutral good. I feel like he's like I've never been too annoyed by McCree on any point.
He's reliable.
Yeah, like he's reliable, and if he's asked, then you're not good at the game. So Diva.
Jesus Christ, how many more do we have? Diva, chaotic good. Honestly,
fuck. There's so many characters in this goddamn game. Okay,
yeah.
Chaotic good. Okay, chaotic good.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral. Yeah, because like I'm glad when he's on. Same.
Oh, chaotic good because she's like the most chaotic healer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She does. She did straight up destroy Overwatch League for a good year.
Yeah, exactly.
You already did Lucio, so he.
All right, cool.
Bastion's a robot, so he doesn't have rights.
I would say lawful neutral for him. or lawful evil, frankly, because even when I'm like playing him, I still feel evil. Like
say lawful neutral. Oh, never mind. We're not. Yeah. Okay. In game.
Yeah.
I was about to pull the whole lore thing where it's just like he's just a baby boy. Like
we did Junkrat.
I again butchered Baptiste.
You really spelled his name wrong.
That was a typo. That was not a like I you know. And that was. Like
I would say he's lawful good again. Honestly,
I've just run into enough useless fucking Baptistes.
Really,
like Vitality Field is such a crucial ability in the game, and I've seen enough Baptistes never use it.
That
I'm just like, at least with and we're in gold, but like at least on our level, I've not seen Baptiste like change a fucking game. Like he's like so neutral to me.
I'm cool with that. I would have easily said chaotic evil in the past.
That's the thing. Like I started
playing point, I would just say true. I would just say true neutral at this point. Like
true neutral. Like
he's like one of the faces of the game. You know, like
he is, but he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So she's dead. Gengu.
Chaotic evil. Fuck that
chaotic
guy.
Evil. Yeah.
He's like almost as annoying as Sombra.
Short anecdote: ran into a Genji earlier today that got 2 team kills separately. Like
nice.
No Nanoblade. Like just a great fucking Genji. Shout out to whoever the fuck they were. Echo. Chaos. I don't know where, but Chaos.
Chaotic evil just because I hate seeing her because she's not that good, but like I don't know.
She's so, like anytime I see someone on my team go Echo, I'm just like, why the fuck aren't you a Pharah right now?
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You get to be a Reinhardt at one point in the game, just queue as Reinhardt. Like okay. And then Ana, we did Ana, so we're done.
Cool. All right, cool. Let's go back to the list, which is incomplete. Just look at that real quick.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Speed round.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Do I want to like just representatives of each? Like Sombra, obviously chaotic evil. I feel like Hammond is the perfect embodiment of chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
I feel like Symmetra is perfect chaotic good. On is perfect neutral good. I think
Mercy
you're right.
Perfect lawful good. I think.
Mercy's
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Torbjorn is perfect lawful neutral.
I would say Reaper is kind of the true neutral.
It's a time to be Reaper and fucking Soldier, because my thing is like if you've never played a first person shooter before, you can at least kill someone as fucking as a soldier. And then lawful evil needs to be goddamn
Widow. Yeah. And then May's the only one I think we threw in neutral evil. So.
Pure, just unadulterated, just no motivation on any other way than evil. Okay, so let's talk a movie that I am upset that I hadn't seen.
Real quick, I want to share my community alignment chart. There we go. Because when I made this, it kind of slotted in really perfectly as I started placing people around the thing. What?
Perfect. No, this is perfect.
The neutral evil and chaotic evil were like automatic. And then I had to decide between whether I would put Jeff or Shirley at neutral or evil, because Shirley is definitely the second most bigoted, but at the same time, she's also in many ways a much better person than Jeff ever even attempts to be. So I feel like neutral was right for her, which is why I chose that picture of her holding baby Jesus.
She's homophobic, but I also would totally see her helping a gay person in need. And I feel like Jeff would just be like, hey, Christ, but also you can go fuck yourself. Like just walk away.
Yeah. And chaotic good, I felt good about. Yeah, I felt good about all this. Tweet this out. I'm very confident about this group here.
There's no question about that.
All right, let's talk about this movie. Hello.
Holy fuck.
What'd you think?
Like, I text you like half throughout the movie and then afterwards, but I'm just like 10 out of 10 fucking amazing movie. Like I was laughing the entire way through. I was like I wanted the friendship that Molly and Amy had. I was texting Annie throughout, or like as I was starting this, she reminded me that fucking Molly is Jonah Hill's little sister, and which makes the Superbad connection go even further. And I also feel like the Superbad connection is like apt, but it also, I feel like it takes away from the quality of the movie, because I'm just definitely. Like, as I went in, I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be 2019 Superbad. It's gonna be Superbad, but directed by Olivia Wilde. Cool. Like still going in with high expectations, but like still blew my expectations out of the water. Like this movie's fucking amazing.
It's really good. It's one of those. It's very. it's like super bad, and I can say this about most of Seth Rogen and Evan, what's his name, his writing partner, Evan something. Like their movies are very good, and I think like there are some that have good heartwarming stuff in them, but they're like, I think, the smartest version of absolutely dumb childish comedy. Which is why I really liked Good Boys, which was like my standout comedy of last year. But I can even acknowledge that like something like Booksmart is so much more well-rounded of a comedy, or really just a movie in general. Like
cinematography, like I was noticing, like this is the first time in a comedy that I'm just like, these are good shots. Like this looks awesome.
And that's the cool thing, is that it's not like there are other movies I can think of that like count as comedies that are like, you know, really good movies and like are technically comedies, but this is like unabashedly a teen comedy. Like this doesn't, it's firmly in the comedic genre, but it's very like well-rounded. It doesn't sacrifice anything.
Several times, very hard, and also I cried hard twice. Like,
yeah,
it's one of those. I have like a few random notes. So I said their friendship is perfect. Just from the very fucking beginning of them dancing, as they're getting, we're also spoiling the fuck out of this movie. If this is your first movies to find, we're spoiling the fuck out of Booksmart. It's a weekly book movie club, book club. Who gives a shit?
Book club with movies, some movie club.
Yeah. So after this, we'll announce the new movie, and we'll watch it next week, or watch it within the next week. We'll talk about it next week. But right now, Booksmart spoilers. Like it was so, it just felt so genuine. Like, and not like a, hey, I'm a writer writing for teens that are being acted by like 30-year-olds. Because like, for one thing, I believed that a lot of these people were teenagers, like with few exceptions, but like for the most part, I was like, yeah, you guys are, y'all are teenagers. Like, except for the one long haired dude where I'm like, you've been a teenager on TV for the last 5 years.
Well, even that dude's like in the story supposed to be like 20. Like he's supposed to be older than everyone.
Very good point.
Which brings me to by far like my least favorite thing about this movie, and I genuinely think it hurts the movie tremendously, is his subplot with Jessica Williams. Because
I was gonna say this will. I wanted to see your perspective on this.
Okay, because like the rest of the movie, I feel like I don't want to like simplify it and just say, oh, this is a woke comedy, but like, like I think it has like pretty good politics throughout, and like obviously that's like in the fucking characters like have a Elizabeth Warren bumper stickers, like it's not like they're not trying to hide from it. But I felt like them having this subplot that isn't like treated as a bad thing at all. It's just like this teacher goes to a party, which is already kind of bad and weird as is.
Yeah. No, as soon as she was like dropping them off, and she was like, it'd be weird if I went inside, right? And they were like, hey, yeah. And I was like, God damn it, she's going in that party.
Yep. And like I don't care that the dude's 20, like he's still a high school student, and she's like in her 30s. Like she talks about stuff she did in her 20s, so I'm assuming she's like at least 30. Like that's just like I like it's to me it's not only just a bad subplot, but it doesn't ruin the movie for me by any stretch, because it is like screen time wise a very small bit. But I think it undermines a lot of the other stuff the movie does really, really well.
I mean, so I don't want to fucking devil's advocate for fucking teachers, fucking students, because obviously pedophilia is not good, and the fucking power dynamic that comes from being a teacher and putting that on kids that are trying to fuck literally anything, like that's. But within the context of the movie specifically, I feel like they did enough to make it like the theme of the movie to me was like kind of humanizing the fantasy of high school, and kind of like, like they set the expectation of, we're the smart kids, these are the dumb kids. Like, that's why we are going to Yale and I'm going to Africa and the Georgia, whatever.
Columbia,
and Columbia. And everyone else is gonna like stay behind and blah 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 blah. So when Molly had her like big comeuppance moment in the bathroom,
that was great. Yeah,
motherfucker. Like, first of all, I didn't know that was like a twist in the movie. So when she was just like I'm going to Stanford, and he's going to Google, and he's going to whatever, like I was like, oh shit, that's great. And then running into Jason Sudeikis, the principal, as a Lyft driver,
that was great. That was great.
And
the fucking sound effects when the porn is playing through the car.
I have wants to believe that had to have happened to one of the writers.
Oh, definitely.
Where I'm just like, you can't. No one would make. I mean, but they. I don't know. Like.
Fucking white Jay-Z in it. By the way,
I literally wrote down. I just wrote down Mike O'Brien with 3 exclamation points. Like before he even said anything, I was just like, oh fuck! Like it's whatever.
That character is great.
Like they kind of bring out the humanity of like just a random, initially he's getting mugged, and then I'm not getting mugged, and then like him basically telling them like,
think about this.
Did you even think about sexual assault in this situation? Like, did you even like I feel like they kind of, and even with the teacher fucking the kid, not a good thing. But I think that like within the themes of the movie, like it didn't take me out of it, at least, because I'm just like, okay, they're showing that like they also built it up enough to where I'm just like she knows that this kid is 20 and trying to bang, and also she knows that like they go into her character, like her wonder years are behind her. They also establish that she's like not a good person from what we understand. Like if she's picking up the valedictorian and her best friend, knowingly taking them to a party and then being like, take my fucking clothes, blah blah blah. I feel like she's already crossed too many lines to where like.
Well, see, I guess that's kind of my point. Is that like, I think like the movie's all about getting to all these like different like high school tropes and stereotypes and stuff, and like, yeah, you're right, humanizing them, deconstructing them, however you want to put it. My issue is that they do that with her, but then they don't finish the job. Like I feel like they like present you this character who's like super involved in the kids' lives and all that stuff, and like it becomes creepy, and then she sleeps with the student, and then no one really calls out the creepiness at all, you know?
I totally thought that's what they. So at the graduation scene, when she starts talking to the she tries to hit on the kid,
and it turns out to be someone else.
Yeah, so it's a completely other student. To me, that interaction of her being like, oh, this is not okay, and then like when he has the confrontation, like the final like, hey, can I see you again? And she's like, like I thought that was her being like, oh, this is like, to me that was her not saying that, like you need to have someone fuck a kid to have a character arc, but like and
to me it's just a distraction from the larger thing. It doesn't ruin it. It's more like I'd rather like I still think the movie successfully makes the points it's trying to make, but I've seen it now twice, and it bothered me just as much this time. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to add to that. But
honestly, I guess it didn't distract me because, for one thing, this is my first time watching it, but also like I was just frankly like distracted by everything else that was going on, like the fucking the twist of, because when Molly was flirting with Nick, is that his name?
I think so.
When all that was happening, I was just like, this is way too good to be true. And this movie has told me absolutely nothing that would let me know that Nick is actually interested in her. I did not see the whole Nick and Ryan twist happen. Like that, that hurt. Like that was the first time I like started getting all emotional. And then as they started fighting and the fucking everyone started recording, that's where I like tuned up the first time. And then
I love that they cut out the dialogue in that scene. And I also love the way the extras just slowly start looking at them. Like that all felt very, very real and very raw. Yeah,
I was, because my thing as I'm watching, I'm just like, why is no one noticing two people losing their shit? And then I saw the first person pull out their phone, and I'm like, this is amazing. And then the sound cut out. And then you just see what's her actual name? Beanie something.
Beanie Feldstein. Yeah,
Beanie Feldstein. You just see her mouth like "fuck you" with like the vibration.
That really hurt.
Like, it's and we haven't even really talked about like how fucking hilarious the movie is, but like it's so fucking good as a movie, and then also one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Like,
I will throw out as my final point on it, just to that point of the humor. Billy Lord's character was fantastic. Gigi.
Oh my god, I'm a huge Gigi fan. Gigi's fucking amazing. Black Bieber, I don't know his real name. I don't remember his goddamn character in the movie.
Oh yeah,
anytime
Alan, I think was his name. Yeah,
Alan. I don't know, the black gay one. I loved him. Like he's one of my. I don't know, just anytime he pops up now, I'm just gonna like start really paying attention. Like I need to remember his fucking name. But in the episode of Atlanta where they have a black Justin Bieber, he's the Justin. Bieber.
And I never noticed that.
Yeah. All right, good movie. What are we watching next week?
We are watching. Did I put it? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. There we go.
Because birds. That's I'm excited. I heard it was good.
Yeah, I haven't actually heard anything about the reception of it. I just know they've been like kind of advertising it like on social media for a long time. Like I saw them like tweeting at each other and stuff. But I like the two leads, so I'm curious, and I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix original, but it's on Netflix one way or the other. So you guys can all check it out. Yeah. All right, I gotta dip. So good show. Thank you all for tuning in.
Love y'all. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Happy Loosely Defined. I was reading the fucking banner.
Happy Defined and
Stay loose.
Stay loose.
Wait, what are you doing right now so people can